った後にちょっとこうフェイントでですね、引っかかったのが宇佐美選手なんですね。今ちょっと画面がよくわからないんですが、多分4番手かな。
Hey everybody, today we are going to be doing the oil drain on this RB25 DET engine. It's a Franklin Engineering oil drain, and it's kept out for a little while, and I'm excited to get it fitted because I heard good things. Basically, all RB engines, all non-Neo RB engines tend to suffer from excess oil in the head. You can get restrictors, which is one way of doing it, or you can do a drain, which helps relieve and just gets the oil out of there quicker. So that's what we're going to do, because as far as I'm aware, it's the easiest one, and that's where I require getting to this. But as you can see, there's a lot of stuff in the way. The office has become a bit of a dumping ground. We've made a bit of room, so it's definitely time to clean this thing up. So let's put it up there, have a good look around, how messy it is. Ready?
Should have been.
Look at all this floor space.
So
You
much,
do aerobics in here.
so many activities.
Do step class.
It's making my head spin how many activities we can do.
So these are the components for the Franklin Engineering head drain. So we've got the actual head drain itself, which comes with the AN fitting on here, and that goes in, and because it's got the different holes here, you can have it at different angles. We've got the weld-in piece for the sump. We've got the 2 bolts which hold the drain in place, and we've got some angle adapters for the AN line to go sort of at an angle off the back of the head, and then this one to come up from the sump at a right angle. So now it's time to put all this into practice. So the first thing we need to do is get rid of, I know I'm missing a half moon, that's right, I've got it over there, just need to put it back in. So first thing to do is to get rid of this drain bit here, because that's where it fits into, so you don't need to drill any other holes for the main part. We're just going to drill each side to hold the head drain in place. So the old plug is out, and I've marked up where I am going to drill these holes to tap. I've put some cloth in there just to catch any swarf, and I'll wet that with some WD-40 just so anything attaches to it. Also what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick a bit of petroleum jelly, Vaseline, on the end of the drill bit as I go through. That way anything should stick to it fairly well and come back out with it. So I'm going to use a 5mm drill bit and use an M6x1 tap to go through. That then gives us the right thread to hold the oil drain on. Going to use this drill bit end to deburr the edges. And we use our M6x1 tap. from that, by keeping the area nice and lubricated, all of the swarf stayed around the area that we wanted it to and didn't travel off into the rest of the engine. So cleaned it through with some, well, you saw me there clean it through with some WD-40 holding the cloth at the back, so anything it does, it hits that, and obviously getting there with my finger as well. I will, once I've completely finished, take the valve covers off and get in there with a vacuum cleaner to take out any dry swarf or anything that might be sitting around there. I don't think it's necessary, but you know, it's just better to be safe than sorry. The last thing you want is to not do it and find there was a chunky bit in there that's going to run through your bearing. So the next thing to do is to make sure our thread fits. That looks lovely on that side. And nice on that side too. So now we've got our oil drain fit up to the head and our barb piece coming off that's going to go onto the braided line. Next up, we need somewhere for it to go. So we're going to head down to the sump. Well, it's safe to say it wasn't going to leak with all that gasket sealant on there, but now obviously I have the task of trying to get it all off of the sump and off of the engine as well. Some good news under here, the pickup all looks nice and tidy, there's no iron filings or anything on there. So we'll get the sump cleaned up and drill a hole in it. Okay, so that is our Franklin Engineering head drain all fitted up to the engine. I've actually left the piping a bit longer than I think I'm going to need it, just so if we need to fettle or move anything about later on, I can just shorten it down if I need to and just bring it up and make it a bit tighter to the body, and probably use a P-clip to hold it to the block. And also because the turbo is going to sit here and the downpipe here, I'll put some shrouding around it as well, some heat-proof shrouding just to keep it nice and safe. But looks absolutely brilliant, not too hard to fit at all. I'd say just a case of 2 holes into the head, which is a little bit daunting, but you know, once you've done it, you've done it. And if you're unsure on it, get someone else to do it. And welding a bung into the sump. So as long as you've got those skills, not too bad at all. If not, obviously pay someone to do it. Right, that's it for this episode. In the next one, we're putting that in there. It's going to be trial fit time to make sure everything mounts up. So that'll be out in, I think, about 2 days. See you soon.
Yeah. Raising the Tobagos, we growing like fresh tomatoes. Them boys on fire, too fuego. We passing round hot potato. Everything is new wavo. I'm with my sweetie like Quavo. Need my cheese, need that queso. Need my bread, need that bankroll. Wake up, yes Lord, I'm thankful. Another day on my schedule. Steady blocking the devil.